Master the art of leaving a relationship quietly. This could depend your life. Your life could be depending on it. Not everyone deserves eye contact. Not everyone deserves your time and the opportunity to put you in a vulnerable position, to put you in a harmful position, all because they can't take rejection, all because they feel the threat of you leaving. So normalize leaving quietly. Normalize breaking up over text. Normalize sending an audio note, sending an email, putting it in writing some kind of way to where it's documented, okay? Like I said, your very life, your well being could be depending on that, because we are seeing more and more instances where people have a hard time taking rejection, not just men but women as well. Not taking no as an answer, not respecting your no, pushing the boundaries and pushing and pushing and trying and trying to wear people down and just not respecting their boundaries. So when you find yourself in an unhealthy relationship and an unhealthy connection that you no longer want any part of, don't feel obligated to meet up with them, okay? Even meeting up with them in public to break up over dinner to where you have witnesses. There have been people that have point blank hurt someone and no one around did anything but scream. No one did anything but take out their video, start filming, or go run and hide, evacuate the space. Because again, someone has a weapon, get out of there. So if you're banking on your safety of like, well, surely someone would jump in. No. No. Do not put yourself in that uncertainty, okay? Once you've decided it's no longer a healthy relationship for you, it's no longer a healthy connection, it's no longer one of respect, okay? You do not have the obligation to meet up with them and break up with them in person, okay? Especially if you know you're breaking up with them because they're disrespectful. Trust them to be disrespectful, okay? Like if you was to break up with them in person, they may punch you, they may choke you out, they may tell you no, we're not breaking up, and just have you over there arguing for half a day, for hours at a time, holding you up from going to work, holding you up from going to this event, holding you up and making you feel like you can't leave, making you feel like there's no way I could break up with them because they're never going to take no for an answer. No. Decide and do. If you're done, be done. Send a text, send an audio note, send an email, make a phone call, do a FaceTime, whatever, but just having it documented rather than just going to meet up with them in person, okay? You don't have to, especially if you have any inclination that they could be violent, that they were violent in the past. If they were abusive, they will be violent. Trust that. If they were abusive, they will be violent, and then they wouldn't protect you either. If they were abusive, emotionally abusive, physically abusive, financially abusive, mentally abusive, spiritually abusive, trust them to be dangerous, to be violent, spiritually violent, physically violent, emotionally violent, mentally violent, spiritually violent. And then in abusing you and hurting you, they will also not protect you, okay? So they're not offering spiritual protection, not offering emotional protection, saying hateful things that's going to stick with you and break you down, not offering physical protection, okay? But rather putting you in harm's way, not offering financial protection, but if anything, taking the money away and making you feel like your only source of income is through them, okay? So no, if they're willing to be abusive, they're gonna be violent and they're not gonna protect you. That's the chain of events, all right? So for women especially, I understand men can go through this as well, but we just see it happening more with straight men dealing with straight women in relationships and dating and things. Don't feel obligated to follow up. You can block them, you can ghost them if it means your safety being on the line, if that means your livelihood, your well-being on the line, being on the line. Value yourself more than their feelings. Value your life more than you value their ego. Value your life more in not putting yourself in a position to be harmed physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, all of that, okay? Don't put yourself in a position to be stranded. You rode with him somewhere, now you broke up with him, and now he leaves you stranded to where you have to find an Uber, you have to find someone to give you a ride because your purse was in the car. He took off with it knowing that it would leave you stranded. That's mean as hell. That's mean as hell. So if they're willing to be abusive, they're willing to be violent, and they're not going to protect you. So don't feel obligated to give a face-to-face explanation as to why you're breaking up with someone, why you don't want someone in your life anymore. If they truly care about you, they will respect your no, they will respect your space, and they will respect your boundary. They won't keep asking you 1,001 questions. They won't try to make you feel like you're wrong for your decision. They won't try to make you feel insecure about your decision. They won't try to call other people to gang up on you to try to convince you that what you're doing is wrong. They would support it. They would respect it and be like, you know what, okay, if we should cross paths again, cool, but if not, no worries. I understand and have enough value in myself to know I don't have to force you to like me. I don't have to force you to be in a relationship with me because I can find someone that's more aligned with me. I get it. Thank you. I'm an exit stage left now, okay? You want to attract people that respect your no. Okay, not people that you have to convince and force. It shouldn't be forced. There shouldn't be resistance there. Okay, so normalize leaving quietly. You don't have to give a whole announcement to him that you're gonna get a divorce while still living in the house. That's dangerous. Now you're giving them time, space, and opportunity to do something. And the whole time you're wondering, I hope they don't do nothing. Put yourself in this mental space of worry and stress when you could just move out when they're not there. And then once you're gone, once you're out of that space, then tell them, by the way, we're getting a divorce. I've already filed the lawyer. I've already moved out. I've already changed the locks. I've already relocated. I've already pulled the money out. I've already done the power move. Make the power move before you make the proclamation, okay? Before you go announcing, take action first. Move out. Get out. Even if you don't have the time and opportunity and resources to pack up your home and move out, get your bag, get your important things, your fur baby, your kids, yourself. Get out of there. Get in a safe haven. Get in a safe space if it's that emergent. Okay, just get out of there. All right. As soon as you identify that space, that environment as unsafe, as threatening, that is your cue to leave, because that's where it is now. It's only going to intensify more because by staying, you're showing that person that you can take it. You don't mind it. It's not a burning house just yet. It's just we got the fireplace going, but the house isn't on fire. So they're just going to turn up the heat until you decide the house is on fire. I have to get out. I have no choice. Okay? So, normalize leaving quietly. Announce the divorce after you've moved out, after you've gotten to another location, after you're safe, after you've filed the restraining order, after you've notified the family, your team, your friends, okay? After you've finalized the plan, your exit strategy. Tell them after you're safe, in a safe environment, okay? If your girlfriend, boyfriend breaking up, maybe you share a space together, maybe they have some things of yours, you have some things of theirs. If they're dangerous, if you got any bad vibes from them, I would just say fuck it, or use a third party to help, mediate the transaction, whatever. Get some type of defense, protect yourself. Do your own research on protection, guns, pepper spray, any type of gold, brass knuckles. Touching up your fighting strategies. What would be your self-defense strategy? Like if someone was to attack you from behind, what would you do? If someone was to punch you, what would you do? If someone was to gut punch you, what would you do? If someone was, you know what I'm saying? Like considering those ways of how you can protect yourself, because when you have the knowledge and an idea of plan of how you would protect yourself, it gives you more confidence to take action. And as you continue that, you gain more and more and more confidence, okay? You don't need to make this power move when you're when you're during the power imbalance, right? Especially like if you're living in his house, living in his condo, living in his apartment, right? Don't tell him you're breaking up with him while you're still in there with all your stuff. Okay, try to get out of there as much as you can and tell them once you're out of there, so he can't have the opportunity to throw a vase at your face. So he doesn't have the opportunity to smack you down and rape you real quick. So he doesn't have the opportunity to call some people over to have you trapped in the house or whatever to do God knows what. All right. Normalize leaving quietly. You don't have to give them an explanation in person. Okay. to where they could touch you. You're about to break their heart, probably. You're about to piss them off. You're about to make them single again. You're about to have them embarrassed again. You're about to have them losing potentially the love of your life. Like, they're not the love of your life, but you may be the love of their life. And now you finna leave me? You're not finna leave me. If I can't have you, no one else can. There's a lot of people that think like that. It's sad. It's unfortunate, but you have to not play about you. And trust that, whenever you're leaving, the safest way, you can say I ghosted you. I don't care. You could say I was a punk because I couldn't break up with you in person. You could say I was a coward because I did it over audio notes. You could say all that. I don't give a damn. I still got my life. Okay. I still got my dignity. Okay. I still got my well-being. I got out unscathed. Okay. Think 2 steps ahead. Think 2 steps ahead. Okay, I want to break up with them. So if I break with them at the house, he could get mad and he could be abusive and he could convince me to actually stay and actually do change behavior for a few weeks or a few months and then go right back to this negative space. So if I find myself back in this space, I will need to make sure I'm out of this space first and then tell them. Think 2 steps ahead. Don't play about your well-being. Don't play about your security. Care more about your health, your safety, and your well-being more than you care about his ego. And on that note, having unprotected sex. Care more about your well-being than you care about hurting his ego. If you want to have protected sex with a condom on the whole time, and he's trying to convince you to take it off, to go raw, real quick, just a tip, and that doesn't gel with you, that doesn't feel good, take that for what it is. It is what it is, so just be mindful of your yes, be mindful of your no, your autonomy, your right to choose, okay? And your right to choose your safety. If you don't want to have unprotected sex because you don't want to be exposed to potential infections and diseases, don't say, well, I'm a go unprotected because I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't want him. It's if you feel like that, then you probably shouldn't be having sex with him. You probably shouldn't be giving him access to your portal, to your life center, okay? If you're already concerned that he could switch up and start raping you right now, to start being forceful and violent, leave quietly. Leave quietly. Don't make this large declaration to where they could still inflict pain and force on you, okay? So value your safety and well-being more than you value his ego. Normalize leaving quietly, okay? You owe yourself way more than you owe someone that you know you don't want anymore. You owe yourself way more than someone you know you don't like, that you know you don't want to be with, okay? And that you know you don't want around you. You owe yourself a lot more than you owe this person you intend on never seeing again. So just get out of there. All right, thank you for tuning into this channel. Let me know down below if you had an experience with leaving quietly, or an experience where you wish you would have left quietly because it became violent. It had a turn for the worse. Do you have any experience with this? Do you know someone that had an experience with this? Do you have any exit strategies as well? Do you have a plan that you used that worked really well for you and kept you out of a potentially dangerous situation? Please share it down below in the comments. Give this video a like. Subscribe to this channel, please. And yes, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, y'all. Be safe.